Hi, and welcome to Hempfield Happenings. I'm Quentin Hernandez.
And I'm Zach Lehman.
Today we'll be highlighting what's making life better here at Penn State University through the students.
A girl attaining social recognition for working with a friendly animal on campus.
And a student and faculty organized campaign promoting diversity.
Stay tuned for more of this special edition on Hempfield Happenings.
Mary Krupa, Penn State alumna, explains how being recognized as a squirrel whisperer made her life better by helping her overcome her social setback.
I'm just going to sit here and give her a little hug.
Mary Krupa, also known as Squirrel Girl, is known to students, locals, and international communities. Her uplifting attitude on life and her love for nature has impacted the lives around her.
When I started going to school here, I started observing the squirrels in my free time and watching how they would interact with people, and I was able to tell them apart, and I would find that certain individuals were more friendly and were able to let me touch them.
My friend, who does not go to Penn State, sent me a video that was linked on Facebook, and I didn't know anything about her until they told me about her. I think it's cute. I don't know how she gets squirrels to come near her.
It's 90% the personality of the squirrel, and then the other part of it is just being persistent and giving them food whenever they come to you.
Mary's work with Sneezy has improved the quality of her life.
I have Asperger's syndrome, which is generally considered to be a mild form of autism that mainly impairs social skills. I don't always know how to interact with people or how to start a conversation. The Sneezy's really helped me with that because I have to practice looking people in the eye. That's something that doesn't come naturally to me. But since I started doing this squirrel thing, I'm kind of a minor campus celebrity.
She started the Facebook page to make life better for people on campus.
One of the reasons why I started the page was because when I first came onto campus in the summer of 2012, that was when there was the Sandusky scandal. So I figured we needed something to show the world that Penn State's not all that bad and give Penn Staters something happy that would cheer them up and help take their mind off the problems.
Sneezy the Squirrel is making life better for people off campus.
I'm involved with a nonprofit here in town called the Acres Project, and what we're working on doing is making a community to help adults with autism, because autism doesn't go away once you hit 18. And so what I've been doing is I designed a wall calendar, and I've been selling them online, and part of the proceeds from that goes to the Acres Project.
Sneezy the Squirrel has not only made a positive impact on Mary's life, but also on lives in the community and around the world. From Hempfield Happenings, I'm Abigail Bittner.
A newly trending campaign known as All in Penn State is improving student life by promoting diversity and inclusion.
Here at Penn State University, students and faculty are all in for making life better.
All In is a campaign that really wants to illuminate diversity here on campus and make it accessible to each person.
3 years ago, students came up with an idea to create a video that shows the diversity on campus. In the past year, faculty collaborated with the students to create the All In initiative.
I really feel as though it's an opportunity to make life better for each Penn State student. Each university student is part of this All In campaign.
All In has definitely affected people, and this has allowed many students to have the platforms that they need to advocate for their communities. And basically what All In does was providing multiple programs where people can be engaged. The All In campaign has given me another platform to address the issues that students face here.
Penn State's community will benefit from the initiative for years to come.
As a university, teaching the next generation that will make the world a better place, and I think that's something to be very proud of as a Penn Stater. And it has impacted me in a personal way that I can be who I am and be accepted by my peers for who I am, and know that I'm going to a university that accepts me for who I am. Just knowing that definitely has made my life better. People's lives are definitely made better because of All In, and just creating a safe, welcoming environment.
And the All In initiative was a way, one, to promote those resources that students said were here, but also to show student organizations and what they all provide to the campus community as far as enriching the cultural experience for everyone. Making life better here means that We have to understand that every person does not come from this area. But students who don't, they have to go back to a community in which they came from. And sometimes in those communities there are larger social issues that affect their life that we have to be cognizant of here. And they're here to make a better life for themselves, right?
The All In initiative can go much further than just Penn State, where the campus motto is making life better. Everyone can work towards diversity and inclusion. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Nathan Lead.
Here at Penn State University, the motto is making life better. Students explain what that means to them.
Making life better? To be honest with you, I'm a big fan of the university, and I do admire all the efforts that the university is pushing towards sustainability, towards making things convenient for students. I'm all about it.
So Penn State's really making my life better by helping me get more connections and get more involved, and opening me up to new experiences that I wasn't able to have in Lancaster at Hempfield.
Definitely with the connections that you make with people and all the friends that you make, that you'll have lifelong connections. Yeah.
I'm involved in the Tau Beta Pi organization, and it's a professional development organization. It's National Engineering Honor Society, and so we do a lot of developments with community service and professional development to help with reaching out to the community.
Well, the fact that I'm getting a degree is going to help. The clubs are nice. I think joining a fraternity looks good.
So I've been around, so I've been seeing a lot of things, and I think they're doing a pretty good job. They're allowing students to be more diverse, allowing people to have more freedom.
Well, I've been having a great time here at Penn State, so I feel like everything here is nothing but beneficial towards me.
There's a large alumni network and support network that'll really help you in the future.
I think Penn State's just a big catalyst for growth, and it's been very beneficial in that way.
As said by the students, the social aspect and ability to broaden connections is making life better here in the Happy Valley.
This concludes our special edition of Hempfield Happenings.
We hope you enjoyed learning about what's making life better here at Penn State University.
Hello everyone, I'm Taylor Hess, and this past January, the seniors in the ComTech program were preparing for their national competition coming up in March in Anaheim, California. In doing so, they prepared an 8-minute special episode you just watched about making life better, the motto of Penn State University. In order to make this episode, our students had only 8 hours to write, shoot, and edit this film. While the seniors were working in news, the juniors were busy preparing a short film that required them to use a prop umbrella, also based around the theme, making life better.
I miss hating the summer heat because I crave the cold. Day after day I wake, but the drink that falls from the sky does not begin to match the drink that burns down my throat. I wish I could just use an umbrella to stop it. I feel sick, but the question is, what will make a boy better? Music. Music soothes the soul, doesn't it? The emotions running through your veins, through the tips of your toes driving the beat. Music makes a boy feel better, but it sounded better when I said it, not when I played it. Reading. The words are knowledge. Writing. The thoughts spell out on a paper. Reading and writing give wisdom. That'll make a boy feel better. But it sounded better when I said it, not when I did it. Magic. The last hope. The last shot of this. Everyone deserves a little magic, don't they? But it sounded better when I said it, not when I relied on it. I still feel sick. I feel unsteady, like when you're about to fall. I want to make life better. I am going to make life better. but the only way to feel steady is to reach the ground.
While the students in the high school were taking Keystone exams and transitioning to a new semester, an art program in the elementary schools were connecting with some students in the Landisville Education Center.
Mrs. Bailey, a teacher at the Landisville Intermediate Center and Landisville Education Center, is bringing a new face in to teach some art students new skills. The Hempfield Foundation, a nonprofit organization with goals including funding enrichment programs across Hempfield School District, gave each teacher in the art department at Hempfield $2,000 for a project of their choice. Mrs. Bailey chose to use this money to teach her students how to make pottery by bringing in Mr. James Gallagher, a clay expert.
He went over background of places that he has been. He's very heavy into texturing things, and each of the kids made a clay mug. And then they also got a chance, if they wanted to work on the potter's wheel.
Teaching them how to throw in the potter's wheel, just basically to give them the experience of what the clay feels like, what kind of pressures you need to apply to the clay to make it move, and continuing to either understand or make some artwork of their own. Well, I was an educator, an art educator for 40 years, 45 years. And now I'm basically making pottery and sculpture and paintings.
Mrs. Bailey decided to have Mr. Gallagher teach her students so that she could give a local person some exposure and to encourage her students to take art electives in the future.
The reason I chose him is to promote all the wonderful art courses that are up at the high school, and the fact that you can give local people a chance to show what they do and work with the kids.
And some of you will be experimenting with different things to put inside to make it sound like. Great.
Kids are very appreciative and easy to work with. They seem to enjoy it, so it's an easy hook to work with clay.
A student also expressed why having a new teacher in the classroom benefited her.
What he really taught me is the patience to make it all the time. Being on the computer, it's one thing, but to be able to take out of your comfort zone and do something new that probably scares you to do because you think you're going to mess up. That's what learning is about, taking you out of your comfort zone.
Mr. Gallagher coming into Hempfield classrooms to teach students about pottery was definitely valuable because it helps students branch out from what they're used to. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Kaylee Gallagher.
The physics classes at Hempfield High School traditionally end their winter semester with a fun competition called the Scrambler. Senior Katie Null spent the day with this class and the winning team.
The Scrambler races are a competition held every winter for all physics students.
The Scrambler project's been done for about the last 8 to 9 years. Each year we see a little different variation of Scramblers, but it's always interesting to see what the kids come up with. The Scrambler is basically a project that the students have to design a vehicle to travel a certain distance, 6, 7, 8, 9 meters. And the project itself is based on the things they've learned in physics with mechanics. The students are typically given the project at the beginning of a marking period.
Physics students Damon Deck, Zach Linsky, and Sean Kreider explained the Scrambler competition and their performance.
So the whole object of this, the whole goal of this project is to drop a brick, and that converts potential energy into kinetic energy through the movement of the wheels. We have 3 trials, and we try to get the best score.
We've been working on it for about a week outside of class.
A series of materials such as wood, mostly pine, and I have a threaded axle and tape and CDs for our wheels. So
it's a hybrid.
It's a hybrid, yes. We scored 5 millimeters from our target distance. So that was kind of unexpected.
It felt great because we spent a lot of time on this project, and it was great to see our hard work pay off to get the A.
At the end of the day, the overall winning team was Morgan Mahout, Frankie Melendez, Griffin Addy, and Emily Stamen.
So the first run, we played it safe and got the grade we wanted to get, and then the second run, we went a little shorter, and then the third run, we capitalized and met. Yeah.
debatably got 0.
Ran away with the W.
Yep. More or less.
It felt really good to win today because we put in so much time and effort and it paid off.
Congratulations to the winning team and everyone who participated. For WHHS, I'm Katie Null.
Before students take the classes that create Hempfield happenings, they must participate in WHHS, the high school's daily news program. As part of that class, sophomore Jenna Hottenstein shared with the students how the school stays so clean.
Across the district, we have many people who work countless hours to keep our schools clean and safe.
The work that custodians do is noticed.
They're definitely like super important because they're obviously keep the place clean, and like the lunchroom would probably be so bad if they weren't around.
I've worked here at Hempfield for 6 years as the custodial supervisor. We have 16 employees that work here at the high school. Me as supervisor, I'm on day shift. Then I have 2 more people on day shift. They take care of basically any of the cleaning needs that we need to do during the day. Second and third shift are primarily the cleaning shifts. Everybody has an assigned area. They go to the assigned area and then they start cleaning. Every area has a restroom. They enter a restroom, they clean the mirrored glasses first, then they clean the sinks, they clean the toilets, they clean any graffiti or they clean the walls if it's necessary. Everybody works pretty much 40 hours. Do we work weekends? Yes. The primary function of every custodian is basically to keep and maintain a clean, safe environment for you kids to learn in. We're the behind the scene people trying to keep the place clean and neat and running as always.
As you can see, custodians are essential to our school. Thank you to all the custodians who work so hard to keep our school clean. For WHHS, I'm Jenna Hottenstein.
Back in October, the National Student Television Network challenged our upper-level classes with an assignment. They had 4 days to make a short film based on the theme Urban Legend. Here is our film entry, The Green Man.
So yeah, that's how my Aunt Catherine scared me so bad that I peed my pants.
That's a good one. I love that one. I'm gonna go grab some marshmallows right quick.
Okay, cool. So what about you, Sophie?
Well, I've never been harassed by my relatives to the point of me peeing myself, but I did get this pretty cool book today, and it seems like it has some pretty scary stuff in it. So let me read you one of my favorites. In Copel, Pennsylvania, it became common to see a horribly disfigured man walking down the darkened streets at night. He was given the name Charlie No Face, or the Green Man, and everyone had their own story of sighting him. The scary thing about the story is that he was completely real. Born Raymond Robinson in 1910, at the age of 8, he was trying to view a bird's nest on Morado Bridge when there was an accident. He touched a power line which electrocuted him, causing horrific facial injuries that never healed properly. Because of his appearance, he tended to cause panic and make babies cry. He spent most of his 74 years hiding out in his home with his family. One night, he was walking in the woods when he came upon a couple of teens talking at a bonfire. And none of the kids noticed he was there until...
BAM! Ugh. And he chased the kids away so bad they started crying? Yeah, I think I know that one.
Sophie, there's no way that could be real.
Yep, 100% true. Except the part about him scaring the kids. There's no way that's real.
Well, I don't care if it's true or not. I'm going inside.
All right, fine. Let's just go inside for some hot chocolate or something.
That was a really creepy story.
I like that story.
Do you think he's the Green Man because he's environmentally friendly?
At the same time, students had 4 days to research and report on a story centered on our diversity in Lancaster County.
Recently, the public library system in the city of Lancaster, Pennsylvania has received a grant to be used to add more children's books to their collection that will educate our youth on the topic of diversity.
The $14,000 grant was awarded by the Lancaster County Community Foundation and split between 18 area public libraries.
We have a very diverse group of people who come in. We have lots of diversity in our children's department and our teen department. It's going to be a great help. We've seen a lot of people coming in that we need to serve.
Books being added to the collection include children's stories in foreign languages, as well as books to teach youth about acceptance.
I think it's important
even for the youngest children, to realize that everyone's different, and not necessarily just racial diversity, but their family structure might look different. Some people have disabilities. They might physically look different.
I wish I had learned about all kinds of cultures from when I was like 2 up until high school, because I feel like that's just a very important part of realizing that there's so much more that you don't know and that you should explore and see.
Keith Greer, a student at Landisville Intermediate Center with a younger brother who was adopted from Uganda, has learned firsthand the importance of teaching diversity to young children.
People have said some things that are a little not appropriate for how we are related. If you're in the family, you're in the family, and once we adopted him, he became part of our family, and there's like no out to that.
Giving children the tools that they need to learn about other cultures and understand other cultures definitely, I think, would strengthen us as a people.
We're all part of the same human race. We're all part of the same community.
It's important to teach children that right from the get-go.
Skin color doesn't change how you are inside, because there's some things going on because of skin color, and it's unnecessary because what you look has nothing to do on how you are on the inside.
To have a place like this library where all of the people from these different cultures come and share experiences and act as though we're all the same, which we deep down really are.
The Lancaster County system of public libraries is taking important steps to strengthen our community by educating youth on the importance of diversity. For the Student Television Network, I'm Katie Null.
The superintendent of the district, Dr. Chris Adams, is making an effort to meet with the public in a variety of informal sessions.
Share a concern to voice. It gives them some face time that they might not otherwise have.
Community members are always looking for a chance to voice their questions and concerns. With Superintendent Chats, people in the Hempfield area are given a platform to voice their issues with the district. Dr. Adams, Hempfield's superintendent, shared his reasoning for instituting Superintendent Chats.
I think a big part of what a leader needs to do is listen. So I decided I would start to do just very informal superintendent chats by attendance zone. So I set aside a night for each of those attendance zones last spring, and I just parked myself in one of the attendance zone schools. It's just an opportunity for people, if they had something on their mind, some concern, some care they wanted to share, some question they wanted to ask, wanted to pick my brain for something. It was an opportunity for them to just come and have a conversation with me.
The main goal he hoped to achieve from starting Superintendent Chats was to reach out to the community. A parent gave his opinion on whether or not this goal was attained.
The superintendent comes prepared to talk about whatever we wanted to talk about. We went down this long path. He's very informative, and so kind of just for him to answer questions. I expected that we'd be meeting in an auditorium. I certainly didn't expect a little lounge area with essentially, it started out as one-on-one. It was kind of cool.
At a local community event, some parents said they had not before been to a chat, but still believed that they would be beneficial.
To keep the communication open and see what's happening, see what other people's concerns are, put a face to the superintendent, the face to the parents, and get to know your community a little better.
It's always good to hear what's going on the inside of the school district, especially since our kids are here, so anything that affects the school district really affects our kids as well.
Superintendent Chats are clearly very helpful to parents and community members and can keep them in the loop of decisions made in the district. For Hempfield Happenings, I'm Kaylee Gallagher.
If you are interested in meeting with him, check out your school's online calendar to see when he comes to your area next. After passing the halfway point of the school year, seniors are starting to really think about what comes next. Senior Kayla Torres finds out what the students are thinking about.
With graduation only months away, many seniors are starting to prepare for what they will be doing after high school.
From the moment students enter the high school, Hempfield starts to prepare them for college.
Pretty much start with you guys in FCS when you're in 9th grade. We introduce you to Naviance, and we start to get you into the process of kind of doing some self-reflection, but also planning out your courses and everything, because I think that's a really important piece of the preparation, is making sure that you kind of have a pathway when you're going through high school and you know which courses you want to be taking as you're going along.
The Guidance Office provides many useful resources for students.
We do offer the college boot camp to all students who can come in about a week before school starts, and all the counselors are there. We go over the college application process, give you a chance to walk through some applications, and we have some college reps who come in and help with that too.
Many students are starting to decide where they will be going next year.
I'm still waiting to hear back from Penn State officially, but I got accepted into Temple, and I'm like 99% sure I'm going to go there. I was pretty sure that I wanted to go to either of those two, so it was pretty easy for me.
The biggest piece of advice that I have for students is just stay in communication with us. Like I said, we check in with students at the beginning of the year. We kind of, after that, rely on a lot of students to come to us or email us when they have questions, because unfortunately we can't know everything about every college or every student's specific plans. But if you're coming to us, then we can get you answers to questions or get you in touch with admissions offices or people who can help answer your questions.
With the help of the guidance counselors, seniors at Hempfield are very prepared for college. For WHHS, I'm Kayla Torres.
That's all from this month's episode of Hempfield Happenings. We air nightly at 6 p.m. on Lancaster County TV, Comcast 66, or online. Just search for Hempfield Happenings on YouTube to see this or any previous episode. The Spring Crew will be back next month, so until then, stay warm.